has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we'll see, the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
Entering play call screen.
Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. Coming out with it, it's Lockett. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So Kansas State's offense will start this game off with the football.
Entering play call. Coach. Strip. Tack. Some drop. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Cover 9, cover 4
I love when
quarters.
defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hip.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He takes it at the 45. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Irish offense comes out. First chance we've had to see them today. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend. But the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison. Honestly, you put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So, mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
There are 8 categories.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Already selected.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds a man on the right. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And into the end zone he goes.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
There are 6 categories.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Entering play call over flex, there are two categories. You have 18 options. Cover 3
And it's frustrating as a
selected.
defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. The sure hands. It's Bradley. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
The run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Johnson looking to throw. A strike downfield. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. And his throw is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. And the Wildcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal coming up. Defense in press coverage. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you got to have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And let's check in with Kevin Collins in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Oklahoma showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Gonna run it. It's live. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Suggestions.
Notre Dame will come to the line after that huge gain and try to keep the momentum going. Give to the back. Open space at the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end
Entering
zone.
play call.
Touchdown,
Coach
Fighting
suggestions. There are
Irish.
8 categories. You have 15
This offense
options.
is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many
Entering play
different ways,
call.
and they
You have
do
5
it so
options.
quick,
If
so
offense is
explosive.
selected.
They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Connection to the right. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Oakland. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? A long way to go. Johnson wants to throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Oakland. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. Kansas State quick to the line.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
On the option. Bill toss it. Makes a pass to Martin. Touchdown, Wildcats! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
What I like about this running back is he can do it different ways. He can hurt you running between the tackles. He's got great vision, but he's also got a lot of speed. And I love the fact that this offense can go option. They can trust the quarterback to make the right decision, pitch it out to him wide, and then you see the speed. There's so many different ways in the running game. This guy can hurt you, and you saw it right there on that long, explosive play.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off by a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Irish, back on offense. These two defenses have had their hips spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make the play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Do you see how fast he got to the ball carrier? Get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Wants to throw. It's Carr. He's got an open man. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. Just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden Tates, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. It's complete. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more.
Into the end
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15
what a push up
options.
front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Kansas City, 14. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
There are 6 categories. There are 2 subcategories. Option is set to overachieve 24 plays. You have 7 options. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Spread.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter.
Teammate coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second.
Entering base Tempadu.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Here we go. Caught over the middle. It's Bradley.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a first down.
Double mug. There are 6 categories.
The Wildcats can really attack on this second and short. Rides the back on the option to give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Wildcats come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Johnson looking to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late, and as a result, it's an INT.
This offense has it with really good field position. From the gun, running back gets to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Now, if you want to run the ball in the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for once.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws toward the end zone. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll line up for a second down play.
Spread.
Looking to fire. He's got him this time. And they're able to make the tackle. Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on third and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
If I'm a play caller right here, I'm a little bit frustrated. And I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the rhythm.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Turning it on! He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice game. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down.
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight, they wanted to force feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the running game and be the more physical team in the trenches. You turn around and give this guy the ball, good things generally happen, and we've seen that over the course of this game.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Finds space on the right. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they take it in for 6 more points.
There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Kansas City, 14.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a scoop.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Johnson looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got it in the middle. It's Edwards. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking downfield on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Gonna run it. It's Edwards. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
And I really don't understand the play call. Palmer, like 3rd and long, and they're not trusting their quarterback. Does this say something about their quarterback moving forward? We'll get to that as the game progresses. But, man, I just think you got to trust your quarterback. You got to pass the football on 3rd and long.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Coach suggestions.
You love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking to throw on first down. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Clear. Option is set to drive like corner.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got his man in the middle. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
There are 21 categories.
This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before half. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! The offense cashing it in on that drive. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? If he can keep putting together games like this, he might have a shot at Brady Quinn's career touchdown record of 95. All the great quarterbacks the Irish have had, guys like Joe Theismann, John Hewitt, nobody's even close to that.
Yeah, and that's crazy to think about being in that kind of a company. And Notre Dame's always been a good running team. And when they find quarterbacks that have great quarterback play, then I think they start to take off to that next level. And so far, he's showing that here today.
Looking for space. It's Edwards. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You have spread.
Lost to fire on 2nd down. Hit as he throws. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with football, and sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long. And right there, I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
To the air, it's Carr. Gonna take a shot. Makes a catch at the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. To the air on 1st down. Gets it out fast. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Kind of like that big, reliable security. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive vibes.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. One more snap coming before juice box is in orange. And he takes it in for the score.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
14.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Lockett. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out in the end zone and you're stopped at the 8.
There are 2 subcategories. Options set to overachieve 24 plays. You have 7 options. 4 to 5 is coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Manhattan. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the Little Apple.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin.
Entering base model screen, you have 5 options.
Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
There are 8 categories.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving.
They're
starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Throws for the tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there for the second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll give it to the back. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves it with 3rd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yards.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Spits it out to the back. Caught close to the marker. It's Love. He's loose on the left. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
Fielded in the end zone, it's rocking. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some space. The 50, the 40. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State!
What a big-time run. He's still running. Over 90 yards. That's one of those when you're running to the end zone, you're looking behind you, you're looking on the Jumbotron to see if anybody's going to catch him, and nobody's going to catch him on that huge touchdown run.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Looking for space. It's Love. Got the first down and still on his feet. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Snagged in the middle, it's Fields. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Throwing right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Pulls it in, it's Fields. He picks up 4, that'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll go to the ground. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. The Irish send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run.
There he goes. Inside the 40. At the 30. The 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wildcats!
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
There's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, we've got a final in that Mountain West West Conference battle of note. UNLV was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Vegas. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Mountain West, and that certainly held true again today.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have it.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And this offense has had a great day, and they've put some big plays together. But the last two plays, man, getting a little complacent. They got to protect their quarterback. That's back-to-back sacks. The offensive line has to do a better job.
Looking to the big tight end. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away.
Cover is selected.
He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position.
There are 6 categories.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed. They're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in the stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Johnson wants to throw it. Quickly complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Buys a little time. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot it.
Entering play call. Coach suggests AHP punch. Punky. RPO. All go. Gun. Option. Trips T offset WKA.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
AHP zone WK.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. Really good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They convert on 3rd down as he gets him to the 46-yard line.
There are 8 categories.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Dropping back, it's Carr. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Pauly. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Inside, Parred.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Wing trips up, trips. R0, middle slant.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. He wants it all. Touchdown, Fighting
Entering
Irish.
play call,
Fit it in
coach
the window for the
suggestions. There are
score.
8 categories. You have 15
He has
options.
been
That event is
surgical,
selected.
precision
Entering play call,
passes,
you have
using
5
the
options.
scalpel,
Pick off
the
left
fine
is selected.
instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead,
Entering
understanding
play
what he's
call,
seeing,
coach
and just
suggestions.
destroying
There
his
are
defense.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this run.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
There are 6 categories.
Here's this
You have
offense with a
well
fresh set of
options.
downs.
0 is selected. Spread.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's over.
Entering play
Good
call,
pick up, a little bit
there are
short of the
6
sticks.
categories. You have well
And the
options.
Wildcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver comes in motion. Johnson looking to throw. Using the quick game. Found enough room to get it into enemy
Entering
territory.
play
They're
call,
down at the
double mud. There are
43-yard
6
line.
categories. Audible.
This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up second and 3.
There are 6 categories. You have well options. With blitz 0 is audible.
Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first
There
down.
are 6 categories. You
Here's
have
this
well
offense with a fresh
spread.
set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Brown. Touchdown, Kansas State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself and then put points on the board. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Fields. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Entering play, drive, spacing switch.
That's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. Makes the catch. Breaks into the open. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The inside handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Coach suggestions.
Notre Dame facing a third and long, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll send the back in motion. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Love. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown!
Entering play call.
And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You have 15 options.
That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field.
Spread.
Johnson wants to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quickly complete. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Oh, better look out. Lots of running room. Touchdown, Wildcats. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the fourth quarter.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Cincinnati. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run.
Turning it on. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw.
And he cruises his way to the
Entering
house.
play call, coach suggestions, priority categories. You have 15
They build this
options.
fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going
Entering play
5-0.
call, you have 5 options.
And this offense
Selected.
continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a
Entering
few.
play call,
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw
Entering
there.
play call.
They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
Give cushion.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but lofts one high and deep. Makes a catch down the right side. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Johnson looking to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working that left side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Kansas State really has this drive rolling.
Spread.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today?
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Categories. You have 12 options. Meshwix is selected.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Taking it the other way. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down here for the offense. To the ground. He's got it again. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Entering play call. Entering pause screen. Entering play call. Coach. Stats. Coaching. Pause. You have 6 options. Depth. Entering depth. AHP. Slot 2. Entering information. Slot 1. FG. Slot 2. Slot 3. AHP. Slot 2. Slot 1. FG. L. 3 DRG. Slot 2. And
the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100
yards. Entering pause. Pause. You have in depth chart is selected. Enter slot 2. AHP. Slot 2. Slot 4. Slot 2. Slot 3. Enter. Entering.
They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load. And he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Complete in the middle. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
The outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's second and long. Gonna look downfield again. He's got him. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Got his man quickly. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's complete. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And the offense takes control of this football game. But I'll tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw on 1st down. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. They're dealing with a second and long.
Options. The blitz zero is selected.
Leaves it with the back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Double mug. There are 6
Trying to pick
categories.
up a first down.
Options. Audible.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets it to him on the screen. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
You just wonder about this guy's confidence right now. After fumbling in his last game, he's just fumbled again now. He seems like he's a little bit unsure of himself, and because of that, if you're the offensive coordinator, how many more times do you want to go back to this guy in this game?
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Coach suggestions.
Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, and those
Backs going for the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
You have 15 options.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Johnson wants to throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
The blitz zero is selected.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Running into the open space. Got enough for the first down and once more. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Wildcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Entering play call.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the back end, making the play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Wants to return it. He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Starts the drive trying to go up top. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
Double slant stick.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Catch in the middle, it's Pauly. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
There are 8 categories.
Some would say run the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop our defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Notre Dame, 90. Kansas State, 42.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
There are 6 categories.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it.
Entering
Plenty of fireworks in this